The Great Northern War, 1700 to 1721, was a pivotal conflict in early 18th century Europe, shaping the region's political landscape for decades. The war, which saw a coalition of Russia, Denmark-Norway, and Saxony-Poland-Lithuania challenge the supremacy of the Swedish Empire, ended with a decisive Swedish defeat. However, if Sweden had emerged victorious, the course of European history might have taken a markedly different trajectory. And now, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and let's get started. Had Sweden won the Great Northern War, the immediate aftermath would likely have seen a significant consolidation of Swedish power in the Baltic region. Sweden, under the leadership of King Charles XII, had managed to maintain a formidable empire with a strong military presence. A victory would have bolstered Swedish influence and possibly expanded its territorial control. The Swedish Empire, with its strategic advantage, could have imposed its terms on the defeated coalition powers, leading to the potential acquisition of more territories and a reinforced position as a dominant Baltic power. The war's conclusion would have allowed Sweden to solidify its control over territories like Livonia, Estonia, and parts of Poland. Sweden might have negotiated favorable terms that secured its influence over these regions for decades to come. This would have stunted the rise of Russia as a major power in the Baltic and possibly prevented the expansion of Russian influence into Eastern Europe. A Swedish victory would have had significant repercussions for the Baltic states. Under Swedish dominance, these regions might have experienced different political and economic developments compared to the historical outcome. Sweden's administration in the Baltic provinces was known for its relatively progressive reforms, including efforts to modernize local institutions and infrastructure. These reforms could have led to a different trajectory of development, potentially fostering economic growth and stability in the Baltic region under Swedish rule. However, Sweden's military and economic resources were not inexhaustible. The prolonged engagement in war and the heavy demands on the Swedish economy could have eventually led to internal strains. Managing an extended empire, especially one with a diverse population and varying regional interests, might have proven challenging, leading to internal dissent and possible political instability. A victorious Sweden would have likely continued to exert significant influence over European politics. The balance of power in Europe might have shifted, with Sweden becoming a central player in the continent's diplomacy. The Swedish Empire's role as a counterbalance to Russia and its influence in the Holy Roman Empire and beyond would have shaped European politics in unique ways. Sweden's victory could have also altered the trajectory of the Habsburg Monarchy and its influence in Central Europe. Historically, the Habsburgs and Sweden were often rivals, and a Swedish victory might have weakened Habsburg ambitions, shifting the power dynamics in the region. One of the most significant impacts of a Swedish victory would have been on Russia's rise under Peter the Great. Peter's reforms and military campaigns were instrumental in transforming Russia into a major European power. A defeat in the Great Northern War would have potentially delayed or altered Peter's reforms and his vision of expanding Russian influence. Without the pressure of Swedish aggression, Peter the Great might have faced fewer immediate challenges to his ambitions. This could have led to a different pace and nature of Russian modernization. It is possible that Russia's expansion into the Baltic and its emergence as a major European power might have been delayed, altering the balance of power in Europe significantly. In the long term, a Swedish victory could have led to a different map of Europe by the late 18th century. The geopolitical landscape of Northern and Eastern Europe might have been distinct, with Sweden potentially maintaining a dominant position. The shift in power dynamics could have influenced the outcomes of subsequent European conflicts, including the Napoleonic Wars and the reshaping of European alliances. However, Sweden's extended dominance might also have led to its own set of challenges. Managing a vast empire with diverse interests and dealing with internal dissent could have strained Swedish resources and governance. Over time, internal and external pressures might have led to the eventual decline of Swedish power, albeit on a different timeline than historically observed. A Swedish victory in the Great Northern War would have had profound implications for Europe's political and economic landscape. It could have reinforced Sweden's position as a major Baltic power, delayed the rise of Russia, and altered the balance of power across the continent. The historical trajectory of European politics and conflicts might have been significantly different, showcasing how pivotal moments in history can reshape the course of nations and the world.